Hello everyone, welcome to our channel and myself is CMA Vikita welcomes you all to our other laws lectures. So other laws basics and the concepts of other laws, we are going to start with it, and it is a 40 marks portion of the total 100 marks paper number 2 CA Enter, right? So let's go ahead with a positive mind and a positive approach so that we clear our exams and an effective and a good result will come, right? So let's go ahead and understand. Before you go with my this particular video or the lecture, I request you all to see the basics, the intro part of the laws, okay, so that you get a clarity of how the paper pattern is, how do you expect a question to come, what is the MCQ pattern, and what is the subjective, and what are the different optional questions. Okay, this is how the questions or the pattern of questions, and we read about what is law, how do you define law, how an act is made, and many other things. And now we are going to go ahead and understand about the other laws portion, which I've already said it is a 40 marks weightage. And in this 40 marks, we have some 7 chapters. These are the 7 chapters which we are going to read, right? So in this, let's understand the starting of it. Before we go with the other laws, Indian Contract Act, let's understand some portions of it. Okay. Other laws, as already said, it is 40 marks, and in this 40 marks it is being divided into 7 chapters. These 7 chapters are Indian Contract Act, General Clauses Act, Negotiable Instrument Act, and we have another chapter that is Interpretation of Statutes. Fine. Yes. Now going to the better understanding of this particular portion, that is Indian Contract Act. Now let's understand what is Indian Contract Act. First thing we have read in our basic level, that is in our CA CPT level, we read was about what is contract, what are the different ways of doing contract, what is the essentials of a valid contract, and many other things. Recalling things? Yeah. So obviously in CPT you read it. Until unless you don't understand or don't pass CPT, you can't come into this particular course or this particular level of CA. Now we are understanding this Indian Contract Act in an CA Inter level. In CA Inter, we have agency contract, pledge contract, then we have bailment, then we have the indemnity, guarantee contracts. Okay, what are these type of contracts? Boys and girls, we can see these contracts are called special contracts. Fine. I hope you have made a note of it. Now let's go ahead and understand that how and when this Indian Contract Act and what are the different things involved in this Indian Contract Act. So we are now reading is the Indian Contract Act, Indian Contract Act 1872. This particular Indian Contract Act was having many sections. Okay, so how it happened and what are the different sections, which are sections you have read before, we are going to understand that. First section we have is 1 till 75 sections, and this 1 till 75 is the general provisions. Second we have is 76 till 123, which speaks about sale of goods act. Then third one we have is 124 till 147, which says about the indemnity and guarantee contract. Fourth one is 148 till 181, which says about the bailment and pledge. Then we have agency contract, which covers the sections are 182 till 238. Then the last turn is 239 till 266, which covers the Partnership Act. Okay, now Indian Contract Act was made or formed in 1872, September 1872. Under Indian Contract Act, they thought of putting these number of sections, like from 1 till 266 sections are involved in the Indian Contract Act totally. Okay. But what had happened is, first section which we have is being studied in our basic level or CA, CPT or foundation course. We have done this. Now you must be recalling, yes ma'am, 75 up to 1 till 75, we have done these all things. Yes. Now let's go to the second portion. This particular portion, Sale of Goods Act, is not now covered in the Indian Contract Act. It is being removed. Why it is being removed, I'll say you. This Sales of Goods Act speaks about the goods and the sale of it, right? So it speaks more about those goods and it has a different provisions altogether. When it has different provisions, when it has many things related to the goods, it is obviously explained in a different act. It is not involved in this particular act now. Okay, so they removed this portion from the Indian Contract Act and they have kept 1 till 75. Then they did 124 till 147, which speaks about indemnity and guarantee contract. What does indemnity and guarantee contract? Indemnity and guarantee contract speaks about indemnifier or indemnity holder and guarantee. What does it say? It says about making good the loss. If there is any loss, how it is being compensated, how you are coming back to the same position before you had loss. Okay, that's how that concept we are going to read in section 124 till 147, right? This indemnity and guarantee contract I have divided in our material in two ways. What are the two ways? You must have seen is the two chapters I divided. This is one chapter, this is another chapter. Okay, we have different questions also involved in it. Next we have is the bailment and pledge. Okay, the last one comes is the agency contract, where it speaks about the principal, agent, sub agent, authorized agent, and many other concepts. The last one we have is the Partnership Act. This Partnership Act is also not being covered in our syllabus. Why? Because this Partnership Act speaks about how a particular individual does partnership with another individual, okay, and many other individuals. And when many individuals form to come together and form a company, it is called a partnership. It is a type of a partnership. It is covered in a Partnership Act, which is differently taken as a chapter. So in short, you can say is we have to just read these portions. What are these portions? The first one is the indemnity and guarantee contract. Second one is the bailment and pledge. The last one is the agency contract. These and one more you have already read is the general provisions. I hope you're getting a clarity on it, what you have to read in this particular chapter, right? So let's go ahead and understand these particular things, that is special contracts. And in special contracts, what are the different contracts which we are reading?